First team
Oh,
up is RBNY.
should be a good one.
This should be pretty easy, really, because they
Should
have the
we?
same team for the past 9 years.
I feel like we should preface this because I don't know if we said it yet, but we're trying our best to work in a 4-2-3-1 formation for every single team.
Mhm.
Just keeping it consistent no matter what they've played with historically. Like just trying our best to squeeze their best players into that formation. And
Right,
sometimes
because
we've
we all
stretched it a little bit.
right because we all know that 4-2-3-1 is the go-to formation for any um, MLS team, no matter how many times
Yep.
you look at it.
Yep.
And there are players on this list that I tried my best to put the best players ever or the best players for club, like people you think about and you're like, oh, yes, definitely a legend in that squad. So, you want to start off? You want to give your 11 first, or do you want to go position by position?
Um, let's go position by position, I guess.
All right, go ahead. You go first.
All
In
right.
goal.
Feel like this is a pretty easy one.
I mean, you and me both.
Yeah.
On
Frank
the south,
Rost, right?
one, two, three. Buna Kandul,
Robles.
right? If you don't think Buna Kandul is the best goalkeeper Red Bull has ever seen, you're out of your mind. No, of course, it's the Iron Man. Luis Robles is a no-brainer here. There is no need to go through his accolades because we do it every week. Um, let's move on to right back. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think right back we might also have the same one here because I know we were working on this, I think, around the same time. So I was
Mhm.
trying to grab some of your feedback on this one. But right back, I went with Gunnar Soley.
Jan Gunnar Solly was part of the early Red Bull teams that brought in a ton of really big name, big marquee players. Really changed the landscape of the team of the league. And he was, I got to think of which team he played for. Um, he came from Sweden or Norway. Yes, he came from
Somewhere in
Rosenborg in
Scandinavia.
Sweden, or Norway, excuse me. Where he was really a standout, and he also was for Brann in Norway before he went to Red Bull. But yeah, he was a Norwegian international who was just really versatile. He played right back. He played center mid. They threw him up with the wings sometimes. Like he could play all over the place, but he was another one of those like really strong tackle type of defenders that I thought was really solid. And if all else fails, this man put on a. If you look up his Wikipedia, his music career is in there, which is funny because under the name DJ Soley, he um, he is warmed up for Calvin Harris and David Guetta. So he is an what do you call that EDM? Is
He's
that
a
the music
DJ.
you like?
He's a DJ.
Yeah, he's a DJ, but he had a red card. I remember reading this story. This might be the most MLS story I've ever read in my life. He was on a red card like 3 games left in the season. They needed to win out to win a shield or something, and he got a red card the game before, and he's out, and he goes into the South Ward and starts playing his electronic music, like puts a concert on for the entire stage. And I think it was Dax commented on it. He was like, "Yeah, it was a really weird locker room after that. I think people were not happy with what he was doing." No, it's just really funny. But yeah, he fits in mainly because I didn't like Murillo in this spot because of his inability to actually defend. Solly could go forward and back really well. And Connor Lay just missed the cut, unfortunately. Reese Buckmaster would not have been fair to any other team. So here we
Oh,
are.
I don't know why I didn't consider Reese Buckmaster. That's a
I think I know why.
shame on me for that one.
At center back, I've put Aaron Long and Mike Petke. Aaron Long, obviously, um, U.S. men's national team captain, defender of the year, really just a strong defender, but unfortunately tore his Achilles in that last game last week. So he will be done for the season, which is exactly what we needed because we are so deep at the center back spot. Get well, Aaron. I know you are listening to this, so hope you're doing well. And Mike Petke is probably the closest thing to Gennaro Gattuso I can think of now that I remember back. He was that guy who just got up in your face. He made all the tackles he could. And he's a little bit of a legend, right? Because he was a coach. He won us our first Supporters Shield. In terms of his ability, I'd never watched him play. But as a coach and as a player, I take somebody with that little passion all day long. Parker was too inconsistent for me. And then when I think back to the other seasons of Marcus Holgerson, Ibrahim Sagaya, Tim Ream, if we're thinking like, because what I didn't do is I didn't take somebody who like played for a year and then got sold unless they really, really deserved it, which we'll talk about in a second. So a little tough there, but Petke was my go-to there.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually didn't have either the same at center back. I had
you didn't put Aaron Long in?
I had Alexi Lalas and Rafa Marquez.
All right. We're ending this call. I'm not doing this tonight. It is 9:30.
I gotta start
I've got stuff to do after this. And you're gonna go ahead and tell me that Rafa Marquez, who played all of like 13 games, got a red card in his last game and put -3 effort out on the field, belongs on that list? Defend yourself.
You gotta relax. I didn't put them. That was a joke.
You better not have. I would have smacked you upside the head.
I put Petke along as well.
Who'd you put for who was the other one you said? It was Rafa and who?
Alexi Lalas. You should have known it was a joke when I said Alexi Lalas.
No, I could almost understand that. You're awful. You're an awful human being.
Just a joke.
You're terrible.
I know how much you hate Rafa Marquez. That's why I had to slip it in there.
Awful human being. All right. Left back.
Easy. Let's just do it. Move on. Yeah, obviously.
Current TFC man Kamar Lawrence takes that spot. Best left back in the league, bar none, for multiple years. Center defensive mid, I threw Dax in there. Any arguments?
So for my center mid spots, I kind of just I didn't really care if it was 2 center defensive mids, 2 center mids. I just kind of threw what was best in there. So I have Dax as one of them. I don't have a specific CDM spot though.
That's fair. I put Sasha Clutch in the other, broke the assist record with Red Bull and BWP. Figured that was pretty self-explanatory as well.
I put Tyler Adams.
I also have Tyler Adams in there. And he was the guy I was saying if he didn't play a lot here, but it is quite clear he was one of the best center mids we ever had. Mm-hmm. And you put Question in there as well. Are
you also looping in the attacking mid spot?
Yeah, I just
okay. Yeah, I have Question at the attacking mid spot. Cool.
I'd say it shouldn't be this is where it gets a little less difficult because they had the same attacking front 6 for 6 years. Mm-hmm. Left mid, the one and only Thierry Henry. Right mid, I put Lloyd Sam. We have yet to have a really, really good right mid outside of Alex Muyl. But again, when we put this team into a tournament, if I put Alex Muyl, Reece Buckmaster, and Patrick Seegers in this team, it's game over. It's not fair.
I don't know how anybody can think that Robbie Keane, Landon Donovan, David Beckham could ever hold any weight against Reece Buckmaster, Pat Segrist, and Alex Muyl.
I mean, listen, you said it. I'm just not disagreeing with you.
You should throw Gonzalo Verón in that team as well.
I was gonna put him there. Mucho trabajo over here, man. He works his ass off. But Lloyd Sam was just the first, and Adam and I talk about this a lot when we first started watching this team. Was he was the guy that we were like, this guy's really good. And then when he got traded, we were genuinely upset. He was the first guy I remember leaving and being like, oh my God, now I'm really upset. It was him and Tim Ream. When Tim Ream got sold, I was kind of upset, but I was kind of happy. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, we sold him for money. That's cool. But yeah, Lloyd Sam, because I can't think of a true right mid that we've had that's just been really good.
Yeah, I went with him also.
And then up top, Fabio.
Obviously.
He's the Roberto Firmino of MLS. And you can't tell me I'm wrong. Can't score, no first touch, mucho assists. No, goal scoring legend BWP up top. So it seems like we have the same exact team, which is really cool because you love copying me. So we don't have to argue about it, which is cool.
Yeah, it's quick and easy.
I mean, I wouldn't say quick. you brought up Rafa Marquez. That immediately takes out the ability of it being quick.
For the amount of times that we've brought him up before, that was pretty quick.
Well, because you cut me off and said it was a joke. Otherwise, I would have to yell at you.